Thousands of Michiganders weighed in, and now the state's new political voting maps are set for the next 10 years. There are some major changes to tell you about here in West Michigan. News Channel 3's Chris Yu explains how you'll be affected by these new maps.
Kate, this is the first time in Michigan history that 13 randomly selected citizens are tasked with redrawing the state's Congressional, State House, and State Senate district maps. That group is called the Michigan Independent Citizens Redistricting Commission, and today they adopted the new maps. Compared with the current congressional district map, the new one has some major changes. First, the number of districts drops from 14 to 13, based on nationwide population changes from the 2020 census. Second, their borders are redrawn. Kalamazoo and Battle Creek, which are currently in different congressional districts, will now both be in District 4. Republican Congressman Fred Upton already represents a large portion of this new district, but Zeeland is now in this new district, which is currently represented by Republican Congressman Bill Huizenga. These two incumbent congressmen will have to run against each other next year if both decide to seek re-election. In addition, Representative Peter Meyer's District 3 will be a lot smaller. He will no longer represent Berry County or Battle Creek, with his new district encompassing Grand Rapids, Muskegon, and northern Ottawa County. One of the members of the Redistricting Commission is Cynthia Orton from Battle Creek. She talked about using more than 25,000 comments from citizens to help create the maps.
Are they perfect? No, but we did the best job we could with the time and everything else we were given. We compromised, we collaboratively came together, and we were able to choose maps today.
If you want a closer look at the new State House and State Senate district maps, we'll post links to those maps on WWMT.com.
A call for help from a Kalamazoo mother tonight. She is pleading for the community to bring her family answers for why her son was shot and killed more than 3 years ago. News Channel 3's Trisha McCauley joins us live at Kalamazoo Public Safety Headquarters to tell us why police say there are still no leads in this cold case. Trisha.
Yeah, Kate, police say there is a no snitching mentality that they're trying to break so they can bring answers to this family. The family tells me that someone out there knows something about what happened to their loved one, and they want to know too, so they can finally get some closure.
3 years and no answers to 32-year-old Marcus Ford's murder.
We haven't processed it. We just deal with it because we know that he's gone and he's not coming back.
Police say Marcus got into a car on Douglas Avenue near North Street on November 17th, 2018. Shortly after, he was shot. Investigators say he tried to run away but collapsed a block away and died at the hospital.
It's a hard situation for any family to have to go through this not knowing why or who did what it is. It's not even about who did it. It's all about why he was murdered in the middle of the night.
Detectives say they question witnesses on scene the day of the shooting, but have never been able to develop any leads. The investigation is ongoing.
If it was your family, you want closure. And this family needs closure. That's one of the things that seem like it really hurts when you don't have closure.
Marcus was the son, brother, identical twin, and loved by many. His mother says the family can't move on without answers.
Someone knows something. So I'm just asking the public, the community, to step up. You stepped up and shot him, step up and stand up and do what you're supposed to do. Turn yourself in.
No matter how big or small the information, if you know anything about what happened to Marcus Ford, you are asked to call KDPS or the Silent Observer. You can remain anonymous. Now, there is a cash reward available if your tip leads to an arrest or a conviction.
Do this story all week, and this morning we have an update. Michigan public schools will now have extra help this year as Governor Whitmer signs a bill the Republican-led legislature passed that will use non-teaching staff as substitute teachers to address a nationwide staffing shortage. This morning, News Channel 3's Lexi Petrovich talking with area school districts about what this means from them. Lexi joining us live, and Lexi, they agree this is just a short-term solution.
Kirk, it is. And what this means is that secretaries, paraprofessionals, and other school staff without a teaching certificate can now work as substitute teachers. And for Fenville Public Schools, for instance, that means that 20 additional staff members can now help out when extra hands are needed.
The benefit of that is you're taking someone who knows our student body, knows some of their unique needs, and putting that person in the classroom as opposed to putting someone who is from the outside who doesn't know our students so well in the classroom.
Michigan generally requires subs without a teaching certificate to have an associate's degree or at least 60 semester hours of college credit. But under this bill, school employees can work as subs as long as they have a high school diploma or equivalency certificate. At Constantine Public Schools, under this bill, more than 13 support staff can now step into teaching roles in addition to the 4 full-time subs they have in the district. But their superintendent says there are long-term concerns about the shortage of teachers and what this means for the future of student learning, adding that the shortage didn't arrive out of COVID. It's been an issue building for years.
When kids are leaving high school, are they thinking about going into teaching? What I'm always puzzled at is our teachers are the ones that help develop engineers and doctors and nurses and people that go into the trade, but it's one of the lowest paying professions.
Now, one thing that Superintendent Wisely touched on is how do we make teaching more attractive, especially amid this teacher shortage? He tells me that one thing his district is doing is having some of their students take part in a new teaching program where they go out throughout the county, they sit down in classrooms, they learn hands-on and get a feel for what it would be like to be a teacher, and hopefully that helps them gain an earlier interest in the profession.